Welcome to Kitchen Conservatory, where our motto is, it's better with butter, because we do love butter. I'm Ann Corey, and I'd like to talk a little bit about butter. My most favorite butter is called plus gras, which is French for more fat, because it actually does have more fat. Butter, and sometimes chefs will call this whole butter, is not 100% fat. This is 82% fat. The butter that you buy in the supermarket is usually 80% fat, and that extra 2% makes a world of difference in the flavor and the baking of the butter. So whole butter is an emulsion. It's a blend of fat with water and milk solids. So when you take butter and melt it, what happens is that you break that emulsion, that creaminess that's in the butter. And as the butter melts, it separates into its three parts: fat, milk solids, and water. The water is what's bubbling up there as the butter melts. And once the emulsion is broken, you can't put it back together. But you'll sometimes, and if you refrigerate the butter after you melt it, you will see that there's this milky part that has sunk to the bottom as the fat has risen to the top. So what I'm going to do is make something called clarified butter. And clarified butter is taking whole butter and making it into something that is 100% fat. Now, why would we do that? The problem is the milk solids in this butter burn at 250 degrees. If we want to brown something in butter, it has to be 350 degrees. Then you have a burnt butter taste, and nobody wants burnt butter. So the easiest way I think to make clarified butter is to melt the butter like this, pour it into a container, and refrigerate it. And when I do that, I have something that is 100% fat. And you can see the milk solids in the bottom of the container, which I'm going to throw away. And what I do is that there's a few milk solids that are attached to it. I like to rinse it under water. Now make that cold water, because you don't want all your butter to go down the sink. But I take a little bit of cold water, I rinse it, I wash the butter, and now I have something that's 100% fat. Clarified butter is also known as ghee, G-H-E-E, which is used a lot in Indian food. And ghee and clarified butter are actually, if you get it completely clarified, they will never go rancid. You don't have to refrigerate it. The butter can stay at room temperature, ready for you to fry and brown your food. We make cooking fun at Kitchen Conservatory.